Hey, hi everyone, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be talking about data centers. A data center is a building, dedicated space within a building or a group of buildings used to house computer systems and associated components such as telecommunications and storage systems. Since IT operations are crucial for business continuity, it generally includes redundant or backup components and infrastructure for power supply, data communications, various connections, environmental controls, e.g. air conditioning, fire suppression, and various security devices. A large data center is an individual scale operation using as much electricity as a small town. Data centers have their roots in the huge computer rooms of the 1940s, typified by the ENIAC, one of the earliest examples of a data center. Every computer, Early computer systems, complex to operate and maintain, required a special environment in which to operate. Many cables were necessary to connect all the components, and methods to accommodate and organize these were devised, such as standard racks or to mount equipment, raised floors, and cable trays. A single mainframe required a great deal of power and had to be cooled to avoid overheating. Security became important. Computers were expensive and were often used for military purposes. Basic design guidelines for controlling access to the computer rooms were therefore devised. During the boom of the microcomputer industry, and especially during the 1980s, users started to deploy computers everywhere, in many cases with little or no care about operating requirements. However, as information technology operations started to grow in complexity, organizations grew aware of the need to control IT resources. The advent of Unix from the early 1970s led to the subsequent proliferation of freely available Linux-compatible PC operating systems during the 1990s. These were called servers, as time-sharing operating systems such as Unix relied heavily on the client-server model to facilitate sharing unique resources between multiple users. The availability of inexpensive networking equipment, coupled with new standards for the network structured cabling, made it possible to use a hierarchical design that put the servers in a specific room inside the company. The use of the term data center as applied to specifically designed computer rooms started to gain popular recognition about this time. The boom of data centers during the dot-com bubble of 1997-2000. Companies needed fast internet connectivity and non-stop operation to deploy systems to establish a presence on the internet. Installing such equipment was not viable for many smaller companies. Many companies started building very large facilities called Internet Data Centers, IDCs, which provide enhanced capabilities such as crossover backup. If a Bell Atlantic line is cut, we can transfer them to minimize time of outage. Requirement for modern data centers. Modernization of Modernization and data center transformation enhances performance and energy efficiency. Information security is also a concern. For this reason, a data center has to offer a secure environment that minimizes the chance of a security breach. A data center must therefore keep high standards for ensuring the integrity and functionality of its hosted computer environment. Industry Research Company International Data Corporation IDC puts the average age of a data center at 9 years old. Gartner, another research company, says data centers older than 7 years are obsolete. The growth of data, 163 zettabytes by 2025, is one factor driving the need for data centers to modernize. Focus on modernization is not new. Concerns about obsolete equipment was decried in 2007 and in 2011. Uptime Institute was concerned about the age of equipment. Therein, by 2018, concern had shifted once again. This time, the age of the staff. Data center staff are aging than the equipment. Meeting the standards for data centers. The Telecommunications Industry Association Telecommunications Infrastructure Standard for Data Centers specifies the minimum requirements for telecommunications infrastructure of data centers and computer rooms, including single tenant enterprise data centers and multi-tenant internet hosting data centers. The topology proposed of in this document is intended to be applicable to any size data centers. Telecordia GR3160 NEBS requirements for telecommunications data center equipment and spaces provides guidelines for data centers within telecommunications network and environmental requirements for the equipment intended for installation in those spaces. These criteria were developed jointly by Telecordia and industry representatives. They made and applied to data center spaces housing data processing or information technology equipment. The equipment may be used to operate and manage a carrier's telecommunication network, provide data center based applications directly to carriers' customers, provide hosted applications for a third party, provide services to their customers, provide a combination of these and similar data center applications. So I'm going to leave it here for this video. In the next video, I'll be talking about data center transformation. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for listening, and please like and subscribe.